Hi everyone, my name is Divya Jiva. I'm studying at Spectrum International College of Technology. Today I'm gonna present about physiology and current issues, and the presentation is prepared for Miss Nur Shifa binti Muhammad Yazis. Firstly, I'm gonna explain about the introduction. So the introduction is ideology and philosophically ideas strongly influence how society thinks, learn and organize knowledge. Two major intellectual movements that shapes modern society and modern and postmodernism. The movement affect people's views about truth, morality, religion, science, and education. Moreover, at the same time, colonial history has influenced global knowledge system, especially through Western educational institutions. The concept of decolonization of knowledge aims to challenge the dominance and restore balance by including deserved culture and spiritual. The second is about understanding ideology. So, the definition of ideology refer to a system of ideas, beliefs, and values that influence how individual or society understand the world. It shapes perspective on politics, culture, religion, education, and social life. Ideologies often guide how knowledge is produced and interpreted. Modernist thought emphasis on reason, science, and rational thinking. Believe that objective truth can be discovered through logic and empirical observation. Confidence is progress, science, advancement, and universal knowledge development during the Enlightenment period, like for the postmodernist thought, skepticism towards universe thought and absolute knowledge. Belief that truth can be influenced by culture, language, and social content. So, the difference between modern and postmodernism, modern belief in object truth. Postmodernism's question is ideal of absolute truth, and modernism trust science and rationality. By the way, the postmodernism embrace subjective interpretation. The next is philosophical contribution to modernist ideology. Immanuel Kant emphasized the role of human reason and critical thinking. The next is John Locke introduced the idea that the human mind begins as the blank state tabula rasa. And the third is David Hume emphasized empirical evidence and observations. The last is Karl Popper proposed the concept of falsification in science. The third is the challenge of postmodern relativism. Emergence of postmodern relativism. Postmodern relativism development during the 1960s as a reaction to modernist belief. Scholars began questioning the idea that science and rationality alone could be explained in human life. Influenced by socials such as cultural movement, political criticism, and global relations. Implication of relatives on truth. Truth is not longer viewed as universal or absolution. Different culture of communication may interrupt truth difference. Implication for moral values may vary depending on cultural context or person belief. The next is implication for religion. Religion truth claims may be questioned or interpreted differently. Some individuals may view religions as the preparative among many. The next is influence on contemporary issues. Ethnics Debates about moral relativism and ethical diversity, politics, great recognitions of minority voice and cultural identities. For the technology, discussion about digital ethnic, artificial intelligence, and the social impact of technology. The fourth is religious and traditional response to postmodernism. Response from many religions and traditional belief system. Many religions traditional maintain that moral truth and spiritual value as universal. Religions teach emphasize meaning, purpose, and ethical responsibility. So, perspective on meaning on life and happiness. Aristotle believed that the goal of life is eudaimonia, human flourishing. Hamka view happiness as communication of spiritual moral value and personal discipline. The fifth is the impact of colonization on thought and knowledge. Epistemology's colonization refer to the dominance of one knowledge system over others. During colonial period, Western knowledge systems were imposed and colonized societies. Effect on education. Many educational systems follow Western model and curriculum and research. Western the theories often dominant academic disciplines. Dominant of Western universities, global academy stands and publication are largely influenced by Western institutions. English language dominance also shape academic communication. As a result, non-Western perspective may be under perspective. The sixth is decolonization and environmental thought. Influence of Western philosophy. Rene Descartes introduced the idea that the mind and body are separate, encouraged a science view that often treat nature as an object to control. Francis Bacon promoted scientific method aimed at mastering and exploration natural. His idea is industrial and technological development. The environmental conservations. Nature was often viewed as resource for economic growth. The mindset contribute to environmental problems such as deforestation and populations. Role of decolonization. Decolonization encourage recognize of indigenous ecological knowledge. Many traditional cultures emphasize harmony between humans and nature. The seventh is reclaiming knowledge through the integrate pupil approach, pendekatan insan bersepadu. Concept of integration pupil approach emphasize the development of individual in holistic way, integrates intellectual, moral, spiritual, and social dimension of knowledge, encourage balance between science, ethical, and spiritual, challenge Western epistemology dominant, promotes recognition of division knowledge traditional, encourage inclusion of cultural and religion perspective in education. Next is step universities can take, include integration and local knowledge academic curricula, encourage research that reflect cultural diversity, promote interdisciplinary student combine science, philosophy, and ethnic, support academic collaboration between global and local scholarship. The last is conclusion. Ideologies such as modernism and postmodernism have scientifically shaped human understanding of truth, knowledge, and society. While modernism emphasized rationally and scientifically progress, postmodernism challenged universal truth and highlighted diverse perspectives. At the same time, colonial history has influenced global knowledge system by prioritizing Western intellectual tradition. Decolonization seeks the address to imbalance by recognizing multiple knowledge tradings and restoring connection between science, culture, and spiritual. By integrating different perspectives, social can develop more inclusive and balanced approach to knowledge, education, and human development. So for this presentation, you can refer the reference at Google, Kant I 203, Critical of Pure Reason. The next is Local J, a essay concerning human understanding. The next, Human D, an inquiry concerning human understanding. The fourth is Propagate the logic of scientific discovery. The fifth is Meditations on first philosophy. And as finally, the presentation is over. So for the video, you can view at my YouTube. Thank you.